Hello. This is a conversation that took place on May the 9th in the year 2020. This conversation was held with the being known as One. There are things to say. These things concern the place to which you are heading. These are possibilities and probabilities and potential truths. They have not been carved in stone, not yet. This because the heart of man has not done so at this moment in your timeline. Here, linear time is the referenced moment. For there are nuances and absolutes in the construct known as time. It is these qualifiers that account for differences in prophecy and precise eventual outcomes. Time is a visual process, relative to both distance and preparedness, or you might say the ability to see. There is such a quality as time, yet it exists within a singular reality, created and experienced in one place. As such, it contains powerful energy and can be, if used intentionally, with conviction, a sort of engine of creative potential. Once activated, things happen, all at a singular, significant moment in time. It is for this reason I come to you now. You approach such a moment. It is significant in your current timeline. There are numerological coordinate points in time that create an absolute perfect moment for an event, or series of them, to transpire. This is highly probable, and it approaches now. You will be completely surprised by this event. It is not in your specific consciousness. The mind of man is not what creates this event. It is, rather, a precise convergence of evolutionary forces that have come together. They, quote, meet, so to speak, and in their meeting, this event is sparked. There is a series of occurrences that have and are occurring that have a high probability, the highest probability, for this outcome now. These were not clear until now. They have begun a process that will not be stopped. You have mentioned the comparison to a snowball rolling downhill. It is an appropriate comparison to what happens on Earth now. It is for this reason that I reach you. I'd like to tell you about the snowball. This is your future, and it was not and it does not just affect you, but all of mankind. You approach your singularity. It arrives to you bundled among packaging that distorts it for you. It may appear to originate from a source that has intents, I-N-T-E-N-T-S, that are harmful to the human. It does not. It is rather an eventuality that has been initiated by man's desire to reach beyond this physical nightmare of confrontation that approaches. It is supported and encouraged by a celestial convergence and the will of the creative force for ascension. What approaches is a moment. It is a zero-field moment in which is held the ultimate atmosphere of potentiality. It will be experienced as a decision point. It will be felt viscerally. It will be understood at your base frequency, and it will appear chaotic in real time. This moment that approaches will be a whittling down of your potentials to a single point of clarity. It will bring into your field, in precise clarity, your truth. No one escapes this. For some, it will be glossed over and too much for their current life form to comprehend, utilize, or appreciate. For some, it will initiate their departure. For many, it will be a moment of bliss, of absolute pure knowing of everything that ever was, is, and could be. It cannot be precisely visualized for you. This is because each ascending, leading moment contributes to it, and they have not yet occurred. Such is the power of potentiality and the ultimate force of time. This moment is a moment of singular focus, of pure creative potential. You get there rapidly, absolutely, and without doubt. What can be said for you is this: in ways of preparation, what you can do is retain your focus on joy. Imagine you are adjusting an eyepiece that somehow is both a microscope and a telescope. There is a sweet spot that allows for absolute clarity. That sweet spot is most easily maintained within a state and movement towards love. It feels like happiness. It strengthens and holds with unconditional acceptance. There is a relative experience of time spent there, connected to this frequency. Your experience will reflect your state of allowing this joy to take hold. Your visceral hold of pure potential, of absolute love, will feel solid and eternal, or fleeting and dreamlike by your intention and by your attention. The experience of the singularity approaches for all of you. It has been foretold. It is in your line of sight, and each of you adjusts your personal eyepiece now. At this point, I said, when will this occur? And I also said, why do I keep seeing this face as it sees a blast of brilliant light? And a note to those of you listening, what I was seeing was an image of a face. It was a male, I think, and the expression was shock, but joy, and blinding light, but eyes wide open, and the light somehow had a force to it, so the being, the male that was looking into the light, his hair was just like blown back from the top of his head, so like you could see his complete forehead, and all of his face was just brilliantly lit up with this light, and that just kept showing up in my field as these words were given. And this was the response. Excuse me. The timing is not to be told. It will not be long now, not be a year. The image before you illustrates the component of light to this moment, as well as your 3D experience of it. Light is truth, energy, and the point of creative potential. It is that point you are seeing. Do all that you can to steady your focus on joy. The power for you is found there. That is all. So I wanted to share this quickly, I was woken 3:30, 3:40 or so in the morning with this, and it felt vital that it be heard and shared quickly, so that there was time for it to spread for more people. So it is encouraged that this be shared. And for those of you who are hearing this and not subscribers, much is coming now from this being known as one, and it all has to do with what's happening on the planet this year, right now. It's coming every night. I'm being woken up again between 3 and 4 in the morning, and there's just so much that and it concerns so many different things, and it's all going to be shared eventually in the newsletter. There's a complimentary edition that is going to summarize things that are shared in the subscribers edition. There will also be, eventually I'm going to put this into one complete piece of some sort of book, because it's just too much. It's too much to share. There's too much to separate out and individualize. It's one subject, and the subject is this year, our ascension, the process that we all walk through now, and the implications of it. I will be honest and tell you that I have inquired for specifics and not gotten a lot of them. There are not a lot of predictions. There are a lot of statements similar to what you just heard, describing what happens in a real-time general sense. It does not say on June the 25th there's going to be a blast of light. That's not how this information is coming, but it is coming fast and furious, and I encourage you to keep up with it by subscribing to the newsletter. And I love you all, and hang in there. Everything that I'm hearing tells me that we are headed for some really incredible life experiences together as one. And I can't wait. So, blessings. Keep your loved ones close, and namaste.